Sometimes, princess, you just have to take a risk.
Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel over here at Broke Boy Media. Today we're going to be reviewing the live action version of Aladdin that was directed by Guy Fieri. Guy Ritchie.
Close enough.
Guy Ritchie. That was supposed to be a joke, but it wasn't that good of a joke. And it was also written by Guy Ritchie and John August as well. And we have a few stars in here. We have Will Smith playing as the genie slash mariner. We have Mena Massoud as Aladdin. We have the beautiful Naomi Scott as Jasmine. And Marwan Kenzari as Jafar. So overall, yeah, it was. What were your initial thoughts before we get into a non-spoiler? Just what were your initial thoughts about the trailers leading up to the movie's release?
Well, I feel like it was everyone widely agreed that the trailers looked very bad because of the whole genie CGI mishap that happened.
Yeah.
And the trailers just didn't look very interesting. And Genie on top of that looking so weird and blue and being a meme.
Everyone was not feeling the blue genie. And honestly, going through the movie, it honestly wasn't bad. I just feel like people just when people think Aladdin, they obviously think, the original animated version with Robin Williams voicing the genie. And when Disney's doing a lot of these, live action remakes, I'm okay with them. It's just, I guess for older viewers, it is a little bit weird because back then, and animated movies in general were just everywhere, and you don't really see that many just hand drawn animated movies anymore. And I think at first, it took people a lot to adjust to this new look, but. Yeah, at first I had my what the fuck kind of moments.
Yes,
but,
everyone did.
Pardon my French, but I was like, he looked kind of creepy. But then, seeing it play out on screen, I'm like, this actually isn't bad at all.
Yeah,
It was heartwarming. It kind of made me. It kind of reminded me of Aladdin was one of my favorite Disney movies growing up. The Lion King being number one, but can't wait for that to come out. But yeah, it was very heartwarming. I thought everyone gave really good performances, to be completely honest. So what were your thoughts performance wise?
I was pretty blown away by Naomi Scott's Jasmine. I thought she was absolutely perfect.
Oh yeah, I was like, Naomi Scott is in this movie. Let's go. She was in Kingsman.
And she looked perfect. She sounded perfect. It was
so was that actually her singing?
I'm not sure actually.
Oh, I'm not sure either. But yeah, she was also in People Made Her from The Martian. She played in Kingsman the Great. Oh wait, no, sorry. Kingsman the Great Game is not even out yet. My bad. I thought she was in a Kingsman movie. She was in Power Rangers, and she was also in The Martians. And she will be in another movie coming up, Charlie's Angels, later this year. So that'll be very, very interesting. And Terra Nova, for people who haven't seen that. I've heard of it, but yeah. So we'll just do a non-spoiler section first. So just overall, we kind of all know the story of street rat Aladdin, causing mishap and mayhem and being a shenanigans, causing shenanigans on the street. He's a thief, and he runs into Jasmine on the street, who, just kind of likes to be among the commoners. Princess Jasmine and her non-progressive thinking. No, I'm just kidding. But back then, within this, time frame, it was unheard of a woman who wanted to rule to be a sultan because, her father was getting very old and needed to find her a suitor. And she's like, but daddy, I can run the kingdom. I can do this all by myself. And then
I won't be silenced.
I will not be silenced. And then you had Jafar, which is the Sultan's second in command, most trusted advisor. And, people know the story overall. For those who haven't, it's basically a love story between a street rat who, eventually runs into a genie who grants him the power to become a prince because he wants to impress Princess Jasmine, falls in love with him. A bunch of stuff happens where, he promises the genie to set him free after he's done using his 3 wishes. And I actually wanted to touch base really quick because I think Will Smith actually did a really great job. And just the fact that I like the fact that he explained why there's only 3 wishes, because, like, he's basically saying that humans are at the core selfish and greedy, and that, if you were allowed more than 3 wishes, it's like nothing would ever be good enough. You would always want some type of power or authority, and then always crave something more. So that's why it's only 3 wishes, and it's only certain guidelines. Like, you can't make someone fall in love with you, because if that was the case, the whole movie wouldn't even happen.
He's not Cupid.
It's kind of, well, I know you don't watch Game of Thrones, but for those of you who do out there, there's like a meme that during the very very beginning, Ned Stark, he's like a lord of like a great house. He's summoned to like come down to King's Landing, and like if you would have said that, like, it was his best friend is like the king at the time, and then his wife's like, Ned, don't go, and he's like, okay, boom, end of Game of Thrones. Because that's something that pretty much, like, the reason why he went down, like, it kind of just like hurled all these other chain reaction events. But yeah, so Will Smith did a great job. He had me laughing there for a while.
Yeah, that Will Smith did pretty good. He kind of made it his own. No one can live up to what Robin Williams did, so you can't really try to base it off that. You kind of have to try to throw in your own little details into it, and I thought he did a good job of that.
One of my buddies, he was like, he's like, no one can ever match up to Robin Williams. And I'm like, well, Will Smith has kind of acknowledged that, like, it was such a legendary performance, and even though it was just voice acting, it's such a legendary performance. And I was telling my buddy, I'm like, well, he's like, Will Smith can't even sing. I'm like, well, to be fair, neither can Robin Williams couldn't really sing either, but he made it work. He made it work to his advantage, and I feel that Will Smith has done the same with his portrayal of the genie. I thought it was spot on. He wasn't trying to become Robin Williams. He just took it and kind of ran with it, and wasn't worried about like, like, I gotta make this as Robin Williams as possible. He's like, no, the genie in general is just kind of like a funny type of like laid back and all around just adaptable person when it comes to meeting new people and just saying what's on his mind. But what'd you think of the performance of Marwan Kenzari from Jafar?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about this later on, but I thought he was the weakest point in the movie.
I got you. Yeah. Well, was there anything else you wanted to say, like non-spoiler before we get into the nitty gritty?
I think we're good to go.
All right. So from here on out, it's spoilers. So let's get into it.
Jafar was so whack. Just like not. He just didn't look like anything special. He just looked like a normal dude.
Yeah, and he didn't have like the must, like the long. Well, obviously, it's kind of hard to find someone with a long face.
Yeah, you can't have a long ass face like that, but like make him look a little more like menacing.
I kind of wanted that goatee though, because that goatee was spot on. I'm not gonna lie. In the original, I was like, yeah, man, you rock that goatee, Jafar.
This Jafar just didn't really do it for me. He didn't have the menacing features that made him seem like a threat at all, and he just kind of seemed like he was there.
I mean, like, he was there. I feel like he played his part just fine, But, like, us going in, we already kind of know, like, oh, he's a bad guy. He wants to take over because he just doesn't like the Sultan's reign in general. But, yeah, it was a pretty generic bad guy role, which, I mean, essentially all of these evil Disney characters, they're backstories. But how was the audience that you went to go see it with? How many
I was
kids were in that
there
theater?
were quite a few crying babies all throughout,
Oh
which is
no.
as expected.
I was sitting
But
next to an elderly couple the entire time. They were pretty cool to hang out with.
yeah, the babies were off in the distance, so I didn't really hear them too loud, but they were
Oh,
definitely there.
there was this one couple. They rolled in deep with like 5, 6 kids, dude.
Really?
Yes, they did. They came in hot. I was like, wow. Well, like, that's something you want to do. This is a movie that, you take your entire family to go see. We kind of just rough it, loners, whatever. But yeah, like it is a perfect movie, and it kind of just explains the overall moral of the story is, like no matter like outward appearances, like it's always, the inside that matters. And I know that's a bit cliche, but it's just nice to remind people that to have a little bit of a remembrance after a while.
Yeah, it's
Because
definitely worth taking the kids to,
yeah,
even if they've seen the original. It definitely.
which I highly doubt like a lot of these kids have, to be completely honest. Like they were some young kids. I'm talking like maybe like 5, 6, 7 years old. Like I mean, they might have. I really don't know. But I mean, this is an Aladdin for a new generation, and overall, I thought they did a really good job. They definitely pulled on the heartstrings. Like you said, Naomi Scott gave a great performance. I liked the.
What did you think about Aladdin, Mena, Musad?
I actually I thought he did a pretty decent job. I mean, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah, like at first I'd never heard of him a day in my life. I didn't even know what to expect, and I liked the chemistry between him and Will Smith for sure. But
yeah.
like,
I thought he was pretty solid. He definitely
yeah,
had some charm that was really good. He
I,
didn't blow me away and everything, but
oh no, I think Naomi Scott definitely blew me away more for sure.
yeah,
But I like the part in the movie when he first when he first becomes a prince, and he's he's talking to Princess Jasmine, and she's like, what, why did you bring all these things? He's like, to buy you or something
yeah.
like that. I was like,
And
whoa.
he just keeps saying jams.
Yeah, jams, we have gold. Jams, I need some bread for the jams. What did you think of the Sir Dahlia? The
Yeah, she was
servant
pretty
lady.
good. She's a SNL alum, Nassim Pedrad.
Oh really?
Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, she was solid. Kind of a minor character that had some moments.
Yeah,
Her
the
and
little
Genie end up
together.
being lovers at the end.
I
I kind of
I
saw that
kind of
coming.
liked it.
I kind of saw that coming at the beginning scene because
Oh
they
yeah,
never showed her face. I was like, well, that's gonna be somebody.
yeah. I kind of like they set the tone. They didn't just like go into it. It was more of a, hey, like this is how I became, like, with the genie, and he's like this is how I became free. Like this is what happened to me, and it would have been kind of cool to like towards the end, like they kind of cut back to it, and maybe he's like visiting Aladdin, from like wherever he.
Gotta have sequels, right?
Was there ever an Aladdin 2? I don't even think
Uh,
so.
I know there was a TV show, but I don't think there was
Yeah,
ever.
yeah, I do remember the TV show very well. Yeah, but yeah, the her name Dahlia. Her name is the actress name is Nassim
Pedrad.
Pedrad. Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah, Saturday Night Live, People on Earth, New Girl. Did not know she was a New Girl. Well, she did a bang up job. She was kind of awkward, and towards the end, she's like, "What is a stroll? I've never been on a stroll before."
It was kind of weird. It seemed like only a few of them had accents, but then Aladdin and Jasmine just had no accents.
Yeah, and like honestly, I was very surprised that I've always said that like British actors and actresses are just I would say well known and just well known for hiding or masking their accent because it's so hard for an American, for at least from what I've noticed. It's so hard for an American to play a British role and have a British accent and not like I just feel like I feel like our dialect is so like lax and just so laid back that it's hard for us to kind of I guess like enunciate or kind of like playing a role with like an American going to like a British accent. Like I think there's like a few people that like honestly kind of fooled me because I thought they were British. And Tessa Thompson was one of them when she was in Thor Ragnarok, and oh my gosh, Emily, oh my gosh, from The Favorite. Wow, I'm blanking on her name right now. Emma Stone. Emma Stone. Wow, not Emily. Well, actually, I think her real name is Emily, but her stage name is Emma Stone. So I was not incorrect. But yeah, Emma Stone did a great job in The Favorite when she pulled out her British accent. And like obviously we knew she was American, but I was like, that was like really good. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed the movie. What would you give this little?
What did you
guy?
think of the musical numbers?
Oh, that's right. Can't talk. That's right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Forgive
kind of a big
me.
part of it.
Yeah, it's Disney musical numbers. What? Overall, I kind of enjoyed it, to be honest. Like I was just singing along in my head. A whole new world is always a great opener. But when he started singing, like you ain't never had a friend like me. At first, I was like, I don't know, and then it kind of just like grew on me. Like a lot of the songs definitely grew on me, especially the one that Naomi was singing right after Jafar pretty much rose to power and everyone got captured. So it was kind of like running through her mind as the guards were taking her away, and like her dad was just like kind of in custody, and she breaks away and tells
Yeah, I love the emotion she had in that
yeah,
one.
like it was, and like it kind of like makes you think because it's, I mean, like part of the theme was like, hey, like, oh no, like a woman can't rule. Like, why would like a woman be in the position of power? It's like, oh, but like in this universe, or like in this universe, it's just the law, and they kind of touch on that later on when Genie is like, hey, he's like, we still have one. He's like, hey, Aladdin, you still have one wish left. We can change the law, and like, boom, you guys can be together just because she has to marry a prince. And I was like, oh, okay, so it's just as simple as change. It's just as simple as changing the law, which I guess is part of tradition. But yeah, then her father was pretty accepting about it towards the end. What did you think of? Was it Raj? Raja, the tiger. I always blank on his name. I think it was Raj.
Yeah, I never really got the name down throughout the movie.
That's all right. Well, the CGI for it was for like a hot second, and like some scenes, I thought it was like an actual tiger. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh no, never mind. I'm like, come on, Christian.
but yeah, back to the musical stuff. I definitely agree. It grows on you the more it goes on. But I had one big issue with A Whole New World. Like the performance was fine, but it was like really dark, and like the setting was so weird and like bland when they were flying around.
Oh, I thought it was shot beautifully. That's just me.
I know it's supposed to be like nighttime, but it was just like there's like no colors anywhere. It was just kind of dark and bland to me.
I got you. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was just kind of captivated by the song. I'm like, wow, they're actually doing a pretty good job. I mean, I thought the scenes were pretty well shot, but yeah, that never even really crossed my mind. I don't know. It's kind of like with the Game of Thrones. There was one episode where people were complaining that it was too dark. It didn't even know what they were talking about, but yeah, it was pretty great. But I did like the musical number at the very, very end when they're all kind of like together and everyone's jamming into "You Ain't Never Had a Friend Like Me."
You like the end credits where it's Will Smith and DJ Khaled rapping?
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is very
It's so
odd.
random.
Like, what's going on?
DJ Khaled.
I was like, oh, I'm like, oh, someone's gonna end up playing this at a freaking.
I think DJ Khaled should have been Jafar.
Yo,
That would've been
honestly,
good.
I think he would have done a great job.
Yeah,
Like,
very
to be
menacing.
completely honest, that would have been pretty sweet.
He's
Yeah,
got the goatee already.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he's packing a little bit of extra jelly belly, but that's okay.
We'll make it work.
Yeah, we'll make it work for sure. Yeah, like I'm not sure. Is Naomi Scott? Is she like actually? Because I mean, I know someone can be British, but it's kind of like her ethnicity. Like, are her parents Indian? Because she has a little bit of a darker tone. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm not entirely sure like what her ethnicity is altogether. I
I don't know. And IMDb just says born in London, England, but I don't know about her parents.
that's pretty much what I'm getting at. I'm not entirely sure, but overall, I'm glad no one's talking about like whitewashing or anything like that. But I was like, thank God, because I always hate like when people complain before a movie comes out and like no one's seen it yet, and then it's like they not like purposely ruin the movie, but like they kind of try to like just I don't know, just kill everyone's like excitement and hype for the movie. It's like, oh, it's not going to be that good, blah blah blah. It's like the
Okay.
like the whole thing with like
Apparently,
Captain Marvel.
apparently her father is from Uganda and her mother is from a Indian family. So it's definitely some Indian
Okay.
heritage in her.
Yeah, because I was gonna say she's wow, dude, she's only 26 years old.
Yeah, she's got a good future ahead.
Literally only a year younger than me. Hit me up. Oh, never mind. She already has a spouse. My bad.
Oh, she married?
Jordan Spence. He's a soccer player.
Good for him.
Good for him, indeed. How's a black guy? Never see that many black people playing soccer nowadays. I approve. It's like, hey, man, it's got to be something for everyone. No, it's all right. But hey, I'm just saying, relationships always have rocky points, but it's whatever. So yeah, wow, she's 26. Okay, she seems so much older than that, but it's like I don't know. You never really tell a star sometimes. But hey, man, it's like hey, what'd you do in your 20s? Oh, I played Princess Jasmine. And
yeah, it's definitely a big deal.
like that's pretty freaking awesome.
It is really cool that she gets to be a role model too to all the little girls out there.
Yeah, for sure. There was definitely a lot of little girls in our theater. I thought that was pretty awesome. I was like, yeah, people were applauding at the end. My audience was very welcoming. Honestly, they loved it. They clapped at the end, and it was great.
I think a lot of people are surprised by the box office it raked in this weekend.
Yeah, because like at first I was like, I don't know if I want to go see this movie and whatever. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just give it a chance.
Yeah, I was in the same boat. I was like, trailers looked horrible. It's gonna be average.
I did not look at the Rotten Tomato score this time. Unlike with Hellboy.
Yeah, they definitely influenced your Hellboy.
Oh my god.
Viewing.
What was it like? What 13%?
Let's actually check the Rotten Tomatoes score on this.
I don't think it's very high in this one, to be completely honest.
I think the audience is high and the critics is low. Yeah, it's 58% critic and 94% audience. So the audience really likes it.
Yeah. And another pet peeve is like when people are like, "Oh, like your critics hate it, it must mean it's a really good movie." It's like, no, I normally trust critics, and like, yeah, like when a movie is like Aquaman bad or like Hellboy bad, like especially Hellboy bad, you know it's bad. Like, whew, that was like a slap in the face. Like when they released the Rotten Tomato score, it like rose all the way up to the 80s, and then just tanks. Oh my gosh,
11 or whatever it was.
Yeah, at the time it was like 11%. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, Devin, you better pack your bags and come back down to Nashville because Lil Nas is going to be performing at the CMA Festival this year.
I'm gonna see him and then just leave.
Yeah, all right. I came here for one performance, one song. But Yeah, I have to agree with the songs. The songs are great, honestly, and I definitely like the ending when they're all dancing and stuff like that. So, uh,
Score time.
yeah, score time. We'll do it out of 100. What was what? What would you give this out of 100?
I'm gonna go with 75. So it was good, but just not quite great. It had the opportunity to be great, but I think it was really weighed down by Jafar, kind of lacking.
Yeah, honestly, I was gonna give it a 7.75 too. Well, originally I was looking at 7.5 out of 10. I'm like, we'll just correlate that to 75. But yeah, pretty much for that reason. I there was something about it. I mean, I don't know, but overall, I really did enjoy it. I really liked it.
Some of the CGI was definitely shaky, like as the trailers showed beforehand, but
yeah,
not all of it was
I
bad.
thought the carpet was pretty well.
Yeah, the carpet was awesome. The monkey was awesome too.
Yeah, Abu. Iago was. I mean, he doesn't talk.
He was
as
just
much.
there.
But like, I thought they did a really good job with him too. He's a parrot that kind of sort of talked, like repeated back whatever people were saying, certain words. So that was pretty sweet. But yeah, 75 out of 100, absolutely. Would you buy this on Blu-ray if you had? Well, you do have a Blu-ray player now. I forgot.
Yeah, I do now.
He's like, yeah, I've joined the 21st century. Would you buy this on Blu-ray, or would you just?
It would have to be on a pretty good sale, but yeah. I'd consider it.
Okay, fair enough. I'd probably have to go the same route. I'm a big Will Smith fan. And Naomi Scott now apparently. Just keep doing you.
We'll be watching.
Right. We'll be watching. Definitely. But yeah, I would definitely like to see, a few of these actors and actresses, in future roles and whatever they're a part of. It's always fun to see your favorite actors from, playing different roles, stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's about it. Went a little bit longer, but that's okay. It's whatever. We had a lot to say about this movie, which is a good thing. Definitely a good thing, because I didn't think we had a lot to talk about this movie.
I think our Brightburn review might be a lot shorter.
Smidge shorter.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. He goes bonkers. No, but as always, Devin, thank you for coming on, and everyone at home, let us know your comments, questions, and concerns about Aladdin. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What worked for you? What didn't? And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at BrokeBoyMedia. That's Broke_Boy_Media. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace.